It's the blackout. It's the blackout.
What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout Podcast, it's a podcast, I believe. And I can't speak, but hey, what's up? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout Podcast, we try to speak more clear. We are speaking at this point. We talk a little bit about impeachment. We talk a little bit about inauguration. And Jay has a very interesting question, maybe the most outlandish question he's ever asked on the show. All this,
maybe not,
and maybe not. So all this and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout. Now, I hope it's a more outlandish question than can cats get AIDS? Because I remember that one.
I don't know. I mean, two different sides of the spectrum, two different parts of the equation.
We're about to find out.
But
all right, what's up? Welcome back, and welcome back to episode 170. I don't know what it is. I can't speak Spanish that well. Of the hashtag Blackout Podcast, I'm Jared.
What up, people? I'm Jay.
Sounded like you just farted, Jay. Did you just fart?
Did I?
Maybe your chair.
Oh, it could be my new chair.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I got a new gaming chair just because I needed a new one for this work life, this home work life. Mm-hmm. Needed to be comfortable because the last one was like 15 plus years old. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not a fart. I let all those out earlier. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good, man. Good. How's everything going? How's the week been?
It was good. Can't complain. Tried to sell some stuff online. I remember in some episodes ago, I was talking about selling some of my collection, and wow, was I overwhelmed.
Really?
So I took a picture of probably 20 plus items, and I put it up online on like one of these Facebook groups that I belong to. And I swear, man, my freaking direct messages, my private messages were
blowing up.
They just kept coming. Yeah, blowing up like less than a minute after I posted some of this stuff up, man. And I sold a lot. So I like I said, I got overwhelmed, tried to get everybody, one after the other. But wow, was I like going crazy. And hopefully I crossed my fingers. I got all these orders correct and their stuff is gone to the person that it's supposed to, because I would feel real bad if it didn't.
Yeah, it's hard to get stuff back in a situation like that too. So Dude, man, but they got a good price for this stuff. I mean, so hopefully everything will hold up. Yeah, did you end up selling the stuff for more than you bought it for?
Yes and no. So some of the stuff I some of the stuff I sold came in this big pack of like multiple items. So if you add them all up together, maybe it would come out to around the same price. I'm just trying to get rid of some stuff. But a lot of the things that I had, I kept because I could like sell those for like maybe 4 or 5 times the price that I got it. So let's just say if something was $10, I have things now that was probably $10. I could probably sell for roughly $150, $200, somewhere around there. But I ended up keeping those things just to see if it appreciates over time.
Okay. So,
but like all the other things I have, like duplicates of things I got rid of, I sold. So, yeah, but it's it was quite the time trying to get that stuff packaged and sorted out and sifting through, messages, man, because it was like crazy. Never again will I do that. It'll probably just be 1 or 2 items at a time if I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Not
cool.
20. Yeah, not 20. Definitely not 20.
Yeah, definitely. Like this is the thing. You obviously sold a lot in a short amount of time, which is pretty dope. And I can understand how it gets overwhelming. But now you know how to do that for the next time you decide to sell, a handful or more than a handful of things. You'll be a better seller for it in that case. And man, for collectible things like that, do you have to make sure like the packaging is like in as good or pristine condition if you're selling like one single unit that came in its own package?
Those particular things, I didn't even care about the packaging. I already,
Tossed
a
it
lot
or
of people didn't really care about the packaging for these particular items.
Yeah.
But like some of the other stuff I got, yeah, I definitely keep the packaging, keep the boxing,
Yeah.
make sure those are like nice and neat and tidy and stuff. But
Yeah.
for in this case, man, packaging really didn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's good. So I know some people are really super particular about stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Let's see here. Yeah, man, that's cool, man. I know that there's a lot of platforms online where you can go and try to sell stuff like that. Some are major platforms, and some of these Facebook groups, just the same. As long as you have, this is the thing, man. What I've come to find is, you got to make sure that somebody pays you before you decide to send the thing, because a lot of times people will be like, "I'm gonna pay you, just let me know, let me know when it's shipped and you get the tracking number," because they're like people try to dupe people, you know what I'm saying? And I know you're smarter than to get duped like that, but let me tell you, man, from my experience, how many people were like, "Oh, they told me they were gonna pay and I sent it off and now I see that it arrived, but they still hasn't paid, and I'm out $500." I'm like, Psh, you messed up.
No,
you thought.
I made sure that they paid me first, and then even then after that, because I'm an honest person, I gave them an estimate of what shipping would probably cost before I brought it to the post office.
Yeah.
And this was only based on what postal service website gave me. I brought it to the post office. It was only like maybe $3 to $4 shipping. So I was like, okay, well then I'm going to reimburse them some of the money that they included for shipping, just to try to be honest, because I want to be honest businessman. I don't want to jack nobody out of their money and whatever they're paying for me. So, that was the deal with that all day yesterday, just trying to reimburse people a little bit here and there. So, it's one of those things. I'm learning a little bit about this shipping game because, like I said last episode, it's possible I'll be getting into another little business endeavor, trying to work on that. So I'll figure out this whole shipping thing. I'll probably end up having to get one of those digital scales to weigh things. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, good, man. Well, good. The digital scale, when you do that, you'll at least be able to weigh the packages after you measure the packages and have accurate dimensions to be able to ship stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a website that I use. There's a website I use called Shippo. You can use that and you can get cheaper prices than the FedEx and UPS and Postal Service if you would normally go into their doors to try to get a price. So try to use Shippo if you can. I don't know if whatever service you were using before had discounts, but it's a good site. It's a good site. So that's for all my entrepreneurs out there who trying to ship stuff, trying to move weight, you know what I'm saying, across state and country lines.
Yeah, there was even one person contacting me from Italy.
Ooh.
And I'm like, he's like, how much will this cost to ship to Italy? I'm like, looked it up. I checked with our shipping guy at my job because he's completely used to shipping all over the place. And he's like, DHL will probably be your best bet. So I checked DHL. Oh no, he told me Postal Service, USPS would be the best bet.
Okay.
So I checked them and it was like $38. I'm like, oh damn. So I told the dude and he's like, damn, that's all right. So yeah, it was shipping overseas.
Yeah.
That's crazy right there, the prices. I mean, but of course you're shipping overseas, so
yeah, shipping overseas is pretty expensive. And I'll tell you this, Postal Service is good, but right now the Postal Service is having a lot of issues losing packages or delaying of packages. Especially shipping overseas, like in the States, has been slower than normal. And some of it's due to COVID, some of it's due to the holidays, and now the post-holidays. But they've apparently been having some issues shipping stuff. and stuff getting there a lot longer than normal. But then sometimes stuff is getting there like on time, so it's been a hit or miss depending on where you're shipping. I had somebody
Yeah.
buy some hook scrub for me, and they paid like $44 to get it there, like 1 day shipping from Utah to Syracuse, New York. And I was like, dang, you're gonna spend $44 for 2 bottles? But hey, man, if you want the stuff, you're getting the stuff. Like I'll be down to ship it. So I shipped it out. Hopefully it got there. I haven't checked the tracking, but I dropped it off on Friday, and so hopefully it was picked up Saturday and it's arrived today or tomorrow, something like that. But
Yeah.
but it hasn't been always super accurate as of late. But I can say DHL for international shipments seems to be the way to go. But the
Cool.
other thing is international shipping can take you it could be about a month at minimum
Yeah.
between shipping,
Gotta do
leaving
customs and all that other
customs.
stuff, right?
Yeah, leaving customs, entering customs, a month to 2 months before it arrives in the person's hands. So that's a liability that you have to be willing to take on, especially if the person gets mad, and they're like, it's not here yet. So
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's the thing I'm always worried about. Is like, because like if you or I or anybody else in our family places an order for something,
mhm.
and they give you a specific date, you expect it to be there on that date, but then you don't really think about it on the flip side of things. If you're shipping something to somebody who bought something to you, you'd want your stuff to get there, but then you don't really take into account like all the middlemen, which is the whoever's delivering it, what they got to go through, and if
Yeah.
they're slacking on their job or if there's some issue with them,
Yeah.
so you don't want that negative customer review, as far as like shipping times or my product came late, they delivered it to the wrong place. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. And then
Lots
of
of
course I
consideration.
ship my stuff inside of one of those padded envelopes,
Okay. Yeah.
but I wrap the product inside in more bubble wrap.
That's
So
good. Yeah.
hopefully the post office takes care of these particular items, and don't just be tossing them around like they're crazy.
Yeah.
Cross my
Sometimes.
fingers.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think it's been my experience that most times postal service does just fine. Even if you put like a
Cool.
what do you call it, like a fragile on there or something like that. Yeah, they do just fine with that or not.
Okay.
The one that has been the worst, I think, is one of them FedEx or UPS. I think UPS. I don't know. One of them. They're just like getting stuff. I swear they like throw that stuff. They drop kick it. Somebody does like a pile driver on top of it. Somebody does like the
Dang.
Jimmy Superfly snooker, like flying body drop on it. They
Somebody
do
gave a soccer kick to you.
the people's elbow. Like all that stuff happens, and then it shows up at your door. Looking like somebody that's been rode hard. You know what I'm saying? So and you open the package, you're like, I got something from UPS, last week, and it was a Christmas tree, right? That we ordered like after we ordered like one of those fake trees. They got like a super discount from Home Depot, but they had to ship it to us. So that thing
Right.
came, and I saw the UPS driver drop it off. There was like a big hole rip in the top of it, and dropped it off at
Yeah.
the door. So I looked inside the hole, and there was like a plastic piece was broken. I was like, man, I hope they ain't damaged my tree. 'Cause at this point, it's like too late to get a new one. Yours was like some
Right.
kind of replacement. But I looked inside, and thankfully that was just one of like the plastic pieces that was protecting, part of it. But yeah, man, like
Right.
the way that that dude like brought it up there, I was like, man, I swear, y'all have like thrown this around the truck, or like tried to play like who can catch this off the top of the building a few too many times. so whatever, man.
That's crazy.
Yes, whatever. Isn't that fun though? That's cool, man. Hey, congratulations on your sales. I hope that this was a profitable experience overall, and it will take you to many more. So
We shall see.
it's a
Appreciate
good
it. Thank
thing.
you.
It's a good thing. Wow, yeah. So, man, it's MLK weekend. So happy birthday, obviously, to one of our great civil rights leaders. In the history of civil rights. Yeah, man. My kids actually are out of school on Monday, like pretty much every kid in the country is.
Right.
And then, think they're off Tuesday as well. So we decided to go out of town for a few days, um, and hang out. And I was able to go to one of the stores where they sell my hooks, rub, and spices, which is in southern Utah. And man, it's always a humbling experience. I always get, butterflies, chills, and, tingles whenever I walk into the door of one of these stores and I see my product sitting on the shelf. Man,
That's good.
it's amazing. I'm sure like our Memphis diva cousin Kayla, who sells a book on Amazon or some books on Amazon. Like I'm sure it's like it's one of those things like when you see that and it's out there for the world to have access to. It's really like a humbling experience. Like, I'm really thankful for that, being able to walk in. And this is the first time I had a chance to walk into this store and talk to, some of their employees face to face. And I mean, I didn't let them know I was coming in. I didn't want like any fanfare or anything like that, or, the possibility of that. I just wanted to walk in and check out the store, even though I did have the hat on representing. One of the guys was like, "Man, where'd you get that hat? Where'd you get that hat?" And I was like pointing to I was like,
it's right on the shelf.
That's me right there, man. And he didn't understand it at first. And I was like, that's me. That's my company. He's like, oh, so really cool, cool couple people I met. And we just sat there and talked barbecue and talked seasoning and talked all kinds of stuff. So it was a dope experience getting to chat with them and hear about what they sell and how they sell my product and, like how it has been received. Apparently there's people who come back from like fishing trips in Alaska, and they say, man, I need some of that Hooks Rubs fresh catch. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I need. I need to do
That's
more
dope.
Instagram videos with fish, apparently, especially fish that is native to Alaska, like salmon, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Halibut.
Yeah. Do some
Lobster?
shrimp. I did some shrimp with it last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shrimp with the fresh catch and then put it in some pasta.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Yeah. So I'm, it's good coming to places like this because that's stuff that I would have never heard if I didn't come here and meet them, and chat with them, unless I had some other experience to meet them. And then I told them that we'd be coming back to visit this area more often, since there's a place that I can come and stay, for a few days. So I stayed in there for a while. I bought 6 bottles of barbecue of like either barbecue sauce or hot sauce, and then one bottle of seasoning from another manufacturer just to do some R&D and just to taste it because I heard it was good. It was a really cool experience, man. It's always fun getting to meet people and people who, have some kind of love or connection to what you love. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'll be back to try that out. But all that to say, make sure you go and
That's
follow
dope.
at Hooks Rubs and Spices on Instagram, and Hooks Rubs and Spices on Facebook, and just give us a follow, holler at us. Right now, I just put a post up today, and maybe you can answer this right now live.
Okay.
What type of flavor would you want to see? Like a new flavor? It may already be one that's like out and available for people from other people, but it just ain't got that Hooks Rub love on it. So, what flavors would you want as something new, something different?
Let's see. Let me look at your post. Okay. Sweet. You still have the smoking sweetness?
Still got the sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Still
not
got
wrong.
the smoking sweetness. Okay. You got the all-purpose. You got the heat smoking. What is this? Smoking heat.
I had the smoky burn, but I have not.
Smoky burn.
I pulled the smoky burn down and the lemon pepper down because I gotta reformulate them because they cost too much to make.
I would be curious to see a Tex-Mex.
Okay.
Because like especially here in Texas, you could either do when you're doing tacos, fajitas, or some kind of Mexican-inspired food. Sometimes you get the seasoning in a box if you buy the shells and you use that with your meat. So I'm wondering what would a seasoning, I guess one of Hook's version of that particular type of seasoning taste like. That I would be curious to see what Asian inspired one would be, because there's so many different types of Asian dishes.
Yep.
You know, Caribbean. I can't say I've had a lot of Caribbean food, but that could be an interesting take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the jerk chicken.
That's what I would make a jerk.
That could be good.
Yeah.
That would because that could be, I guess, incorporate that heat as well, and maybe a little bit of sweet. You know. So yeah, that could be good. In African, I wouldn't even know where to start with the African dish.
And yeah,
You know?
I would think like some African cayenne or something like that. So it'd probably be some heat. African dishes, man, Africa is a mix of cultures.
Correct.
It's like on the northern and southern hemisphere. You know, Africa's everywhere, man. There's so much you could do. Anything from like a Middle Eastern style, Eastern or Southern European style. That North African is like, like that, or like Turkey, Egyptian, Southern African, and then like you have like all kinds of other stuff that's way off the beaten path. So African would be hard to tackle. I don't think there's a flavor of Africa. There's like thousands of flavors of Africa.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's interesting. It's good to hear. I'm taking all this in because I have one thing that is like about 90% ready to go. Another thing that's like 95% ready to go. And then maybe a couple other things that I'm sort of toying with. So I just want to know what the people want, to see if any of them match up with what I want to put out there, because I know a couple things that I've been testing and putting together and trying to work with and see if it works. Some of them may work. So see, this is the thing. Like, there's some stuff that I love and some stuff that I don't love when I make it. And stuff I don't love, I either immediately throw it out or I try to tinker with it. Stuff that I do love, I leave it like it is, and I try to make something else and tweak it a little bit to see if it's better or worse. So, but just because I love it, don't mean the people love it. But most of the stuff that I've been able to produce, has obviously been with a lot of input from, friends and family and fans. So that's why I like to put that question out there. What flavor, to put out there. If I can get one to call it like the Busset, you know what I'm saying? Do that Busset challenge.
Busset challenge.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah. We already know how.
What that tastes like.
Oh, well, it probably tastes like who's that? Gwyneth Paltrow's candle. Somebody made a candle.
Oh.
I can't remember somebody's candle that they made that smells like.
Okay.
It's the Busset challenge. So I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
wow.
So so that's a question for y'all, but just let us know. So I don't know.
You should see my face when you said that. I don't know. That would not have a certain aroma in the house when you're cooking.
Yeah, it smell like fish. Maybe not. So hey, fin and feather. So hey, yeah, man. So I know we got a voicemail this week from our correspondent from Memphis. So why don't we hear from our Memphis correspondent right now? But before we do that, Jay, would you like to tell the people how they can leave us a voicemail?
All right, people, 353-BLAKPC or 353-252-5572. It's where you could call and leave that voicemail and let us know what kind of seasoning you might want to try out. See hooks and hook scrubs and spices experiment with. Yes, indeed.
Leave it the voicemail. All right, here we go. Oh wait, wrong one. Okay. And a 3 and a 2 and a 1.
Hashtag Blackout Podcast. This is Memphis Diesel 99 coming to you live and direct from Memphis, Tennessee, where the temperature is 35 freaking degrees.
Ooh.
Yep, 35 degrees. It snowed yesterday, but it didn't sneak. Terrible. So today I'm fast starving. I can only drink liquids. Broth, soup broth, apple juice, and I just found out I can eat Jell-O, but it can't be red, purple, or green. So I'm on my way to the Ave to go get me some Jell-O because I'm starving.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, I'm starving. Well, I don't know where the voodoo cat is. Maybe it's somewhere keeping warm. But I just called to see what y'all was doing, and I guess I'll chit-chat with y'all later. Peace out.
Oh man, Google Translate says piss out. So there you go. Oh wow. Okay, so hopefully that colonoscopy went well for you, Kayla. And I know that when you fast for that, like she said, you can only drink like soup broth. You can drink like more like clear liquids. You can have Gatorade, Jell-O, things like that, as long as they're not like red or blue, green, orange, just like she said. Because I think that shows up like oddly on your results. But yeah, I know you're starving, and you got a full, like, I don't know, 2-3 days of like straight up emptying your bowels. Let's just say that. That terrible.
Oh yeah.
And you feel like there's nothing more that you can empty, and then you just empty some more. And then the day after it's over, you you try to eat.
And we go get that burger.
You try to eat a lot of food, but you still got like a couple days worth of cleaning out. Let's just say that. But yeah, hopefully that went well for you, Kayla. Definitely got to take care of yourself, and that's something that I say that everybody should do. I think before the age of 40, and then around that age of 40, and then and then they let you know obviously what's going on, and if and when you need to come back. When you need to come back, we'll just say it like that. So yeah. So
yeah, I'll be doing that hopefully this year, in the next couple months. So I go back for my annual physical.
Yeah.
Couple months. So I'll be talking to my doctor about doing that, and I'll be writing your boat.
Yes, indeed.
Doo-doo in every day.
Poop it all out. Poop it out.
Did you have to drink some kind of liquid? I know I've been seeing like a couple videos of the procedure, and they make you drink like some kind of crazy liquid laxative.
Yeah, essentially what I know that each doctor is different, but they give you they tell you to drink Miralax, right? Like, so Miralax, the powder stuff, they say like mix that into Gatorade, and you have to drink.
That doesn't work for me.
What? Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you what, it doesn't work for you, but this is what happens. So they tell you to take like some of those Senecot tablets, which is like the laxative tablet. So you take like one, I think like one set of them, and then you start drinking the Miralax. So it's like 8 ounces like every hour.
Okay.
Something like that, 8 ounces every hour, and then for a few hours on one day, and then the next day you take it. And so like the first day you may have a little bit of movement, right? Like you might have a little bit, but then by that next day, bruh, you are going and going and going. And so you do that. Yeah, you basically do that. Like you do that one night, and then you basically do that all the next day while you're only drinking clear liquids. So that's the thing. If you can't eat anything while you're doing this process. It's only liquids. So like that whole next day I think you have like basically 2 full days of like just going, and then or a day and a half, something like that, of just going. Now, if you don't go the morning after you take that first set of laxative / Miralax, then they say to drink. They say to drink like one of those like laxative drinks. I can't remember what it's called right now, but they say to drink that, and that's supposed to like really get it going. And so man, it's and then the flood, the poop gates open. It is wild.
That's wild.
Man, you feel totally clean, and so your gut is like totally clean. And this is the thing, man, you get to that procedure, and if they go in there and they see, like if they go in there and they see that you have any blockages down the pathway, then they say, sorry, you got to come back and do this again. You don't want to be that dude or that girl that has to come back and do it again, because it's the whole procedure over again. Stress,
because you're full of shit.
Really,
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
Well, wow. Good to know. That's good to know.
Man,
I watched Will Smith's colonoscopy because he did that, a video on it on YouTube, and they made him drink some type of crazy liquid, like a gallon of some kind of crazy laxative. Maybe it's only rich people stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
He said he was just liquid coming out his butt.
Yeah.
After he even had the colonoscopy.
Wow.
Okay. Enough of the doo-doo talk.
But I'll say this, man, and that's the difference. Like, I think depending on the doctor that you have, some of them give you like this gallon jug of something to drink, and you have to drink that, and it's like 8 ounces until you finish it. 8 ounces an hour. But then, like, my doctor was just like Gatorade. Because the thing just has electrolytes, because while you're getting rid of all the waste in your body, you're losing tons of electrolytes because you're not able to eat anything else.
That's true.
So like salt water, the salt water solution, the broth, all those things are electrolytes that are being added to Gatorade. So yeah. So hey, fun discussion.
Good to know people out there, men, especially men, women.
Black men
approaching that age.
Black men, white men.
Get your booty hole checked. Get your colon checked. Sorry you got to go through the booty hole, but hey, you got to do what you got to do to be healthy out here in these streets.
You got to do what you got to do.
And I guess a good thing is, kind of sort of good thing, we're not physically at work right now, so I'm glad I could like doo-doo in the peace of my own home instead of running back and forth to the bathroom.
That would be the worst, man. Going to the restroom, 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, at work.
Yeah.
2 minutes, whatever it is. I hate going to the restroom potty. So, the work potty. So, yeah.
The work potty.
Yeah, it's bad.
Have you ever went to took a crap at work and then the toilet didn't flush?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had to use the plunger a few times. That was disgusting.
I mean, just completely didn't flush. No plunger at all.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Just like nothing.
No, that's never happened.
Yeah, that's happened.
Broken toilet.
That's happened to me. And then, of course, there's other people. Yeah, wouldn't even flush, man. This one of these industrial toilets where you can't lift up the back and see what's going on. This is them high-powered super doo-doo suckers.
Now, see, if you plug that up.
And apparently it didn't suck my doo-doo.
If you plug that up, man, you have really done some work. Some work.
No, well, I didn't put it anywhere. It just didn't, like, the handle wouldn't even work. Like, something was wrong with the mechanism. I don't clog toilets.
Like, I ain't going.
It's been a long time since I did.
Oh, okay.
It's like, dang, and right when I walk out, a coworker coming through there.
Of course.
About to go, and I was like, don't go in that back one.
That's the way that works, man.
Don't go in that back one. It don't work.
That is the way that
And then,
works.
of course, what does he do? He goes in the back one.
He goes right
and
next.
I bailed out.
Did he go in the one right next to you?
No, he went right in the one that I told him not to go into.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know why. I say, don't go in there. It doesn't work. And what does he do? He goes right in there. I'm like, what the hell? Didn't I just say that? Don't go in there?
It's like J.D. Witherspoon telling people, don't go in there for about 35, 45 minutes. Like, you have to listen sometimes to these peoples, because they telling you what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And she said it snowed down there. I know it snowed down there. I know it snowed in the DFW area. How'd you like that snow?
Well, thankfully it didn't stick at my house, but I had coworkers sending me pictures of their snowmen in their yard. So I was like, cool. Good for y'all. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm sure your kids enjoyed it though, right?
So, I mean, yeah, they were, but yeah, they'll get over it. They seen snow before. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Yeah. So it is what it is. They'll see it again one day,
Y'all got more snow
than
we got. So I'll tell you that much. We hadn't had any snow, any new snow in a couple weeks at least. So I think it's supposed to snow this week coming up, but we haven't got any new snow in a couple weeks. So, Yeah, man. Wow. Okay, so I
Yeah.
know that you said you wanted to ask a question. Um, it's like
Yeah.
maybe like the
Yeah.
most
It's a
controversial question you've ever
it's a
asked.
bit of a revelation I had last night.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, you want me to ask it now?
Why not, man?
All right, so it just popped up in my head last night as I was eating some chips, just sitting on the couch watching TV, eating some chips. Early in the day, I had like a little salad with some Popeyes chicken on it. Everybody loves Popeyes, I think,
Love
I
that
would
chicken
hope.
from Popeye.
So, yeah. So I had a little burp while eating these chips. In the Popeyes, the taste came in my mouth. Sorry for being so graphic, people. But then it like popped in my head. What if Popeyes made some crispy chicken skin potato chips? Would that sell? Wouldn't even have to be potato chips, just the crispy chicken skin, like processed to where it's like crunchy like a chip.
Okay.
Would people buy that, or is that just like the inner fat kid in me
I'm gonna
wanting
tell
to
you
eat
something.
this?
People would buy it because there's already a product out there like it. I can't remember the company.
Really?
But yeah, so I did the keto diet back in the summer, and I will have to say, if you decide to do that diet, make sure you know what you're doing, and do a lot of research. Just say it like that. But yes, there is because I've seen a let's see here. I've seen some ads about a company that sells that. And yeah, it's just chicken. It's just basically chicken skins that they deep fry, and they're almost like pork rinds, but it's chicken. So essentially the same thing.
Interesting. Wow. Well, Popeyes, if you ever hear this, you better jump on the ball because y'all chicken skin is like dope. That's all I gotta say. You remember that South Park episode of Eric Cartman and they had the shortage of KFC going around?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like smuggling KFC into the South Park, and he became like Tony Montana, and he was like snorting chicken skin and
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
doing all kind of stuff.
See, that's
So wow, man.
that's what it is, man. You just gotta when it's out there, when it's available, you gotta love it. Because when it's gone, you end up being a crack fiend. You know what I'm saying? A chicken fiend.
Chicken creature crack.
Chicken.
Wow,
That's cool, yeah. But I would eat that, man.
interesting. Well,
I would eat that.
yeah, I would love to try it. I'm just like thinking about that nutritional facts on the side of the bag. What that's gonna look like.
Fat, salt,
I don't think it's gonna look
protein.
pretty,
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, and what's wild is, man, like you think about the fat, the content that's on there, and it's probably going to be salty too, depending on how they make it.
oh yeah, of course.
But so I'll say this: my brother and sister-in-law, they have been doing this. What do you call it? They've been doing this carnivore diet, for I think a year now or pretty close to it, and they have
All meat.
all protein. So I think
Yeah.
she's done a little done it a little bit less than my brother, like a little bit less time than my brother has, but my brother has lost like over 100 pounds in like I don't know about almost a year's time. And like basically all
Yeah, I
he's
saw
eating,
pictures of him, man.
yeah, all he's eating is like steaks, like chicken, like a little bit of fish here and there, but like basically red meat, cheese, anything that's like high protein, low carb, low sugar. So like you eat the skin, from chicken if you want, like all that stuff, and that's basically it. And so you would think that would have like a negative effect on your heart. And I mean, obviously, and your cholesterol. So he's like, man, I went and
Yeah,
got my
that's what I was
numbers
gonna
from the
ask.
doctor, and he said he got his numbers. He's like, man, they're better than they ever been. Now I know that diet's not
Wow.
for everybody, but like for him and
Yeah,
for
yeah.
her, it's work because I think she's lost like 80 pounds.
Oh shit. Damn.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
I heard Joe Rogan's on that diet.
they look like two totally different people. Like if you look at them 2 years ago when they got married, or 2.5 years ago when they got married,
Hmm.
compared to a year ago, compared to now, like they look like two totally different people. And like my sister said to my brother, like she hadn't seen him that thin since maybe like high school. You know what I'm saying? And that's a while. And I saw him in person like around Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And yeah, man, it was like night and day, man. And both of us were a lot thinner than we had been the last time we'd seen each other. So it was really different, man. But it was great, And so yeah, so you make those products, you can sell them, cuz make your own chicken products, chicken skins,
I'd have to see how to do that. That would be an interesting thing to do.
So what you
Like,
can,
how long would
yeah.
chicken skin actually last in a bag without a million preservatives?
if you have sea salt as your main salt source, it would be preserved a
Hmm.
lot better. It would be preserved a lot better than just not putting salt in there at all. If you deep fry it crispy enough, you know what I'm saying? If you and then also I think you have to, like, what is it called? Like freeze dry or like something like that, where you're sucking out like as much moisture as
Hmm.
possible. Then
Right.
that's gonna last, for months. So yeah, so just just think about it. It's
I
worth
just
it.
feel so guilty about that.
Selling chicken
Say
skins.
I get that product going. Let's say I get that product going and I put it on the market.
Hmm.
I make a huge revenue, huge gain in popularity and stuff.
Hmm.
And then I watch my 600-pound life on TV and somebody's like just down in my chicken skins. I would feel completely terrible, dude.
Yeah.
I would feel bad.
Yeah. I think everybody could just down your chicken skins. It'd be perfect. Feel good about it. Don't feel bad. It's all right, man. That's why it's out there. That's why it's available. That's why people make it. If you make it, they will come and buy it. Facts.
And yeah,
And eat
and
that
perhaps die off of
eat
it.
the chicken. That is true. I mean, there is that potential.
We'll see.
There's
We'll
always
see.
that potential.
I may experiment with that one day just to see if I could do it.
Hmm.
I use my same hashtag Blackout Podcast spicy crispy chicken sandwich recipe, and let's see if we could do that.
Make that. I want to see it. I wish I would love to have a taste of it, but I know I wouldn't be able to have a taste unless you like froze it rock solid and shipped it here.
Yeah,
So
we'll
that'd be
see.
tasty.
We'll see.
Wow, I just saw Zack Snyder has seemingly confirmed on Vero that Justice League will not be a 4-part series and will instead be released as a single 4-hour film, making it the
Oof.
longest modern
Wow.
comic book film, topping Snyder's own Watchmen Ultimate Cut.
Man,
Wow,
I tell you what.
I'm sorry. I
It's that
know
long,
this is
it
not
better
related
be
to
good.
chicken. I'm sorry, it's not
No,
related
it
to
doesn't
chicken. I
matter.
just read that
We could eat chicken. We could eat chicken skin
all day
crisp
long. Yeah,
while watching this movie.
yeah.
But 4 hours, it better be good. That first 30 minutes better be amazing compared to what it was, the original release.
So if you walked in and if you paid for and walked into a 4-hour movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
First 30 minutes were terrible. Would you leave? Would you walk out? Or would you
If I
just sit
paid
there
for
and
it,
endure it?
no. I would have to endure it. If I paid for it, yeah, no. I just have to endure it because I wouldn't get my money back if I just left.
Yeah.
So,
But what if you walked out and
Yeah.
complained though? If you're able to walk out and complain, maybe
I mean,
maybe say this is the worst movie I've ever
that's
seen.
not in me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a complainer. I wouldn't complain about it, but you know, I definitely talk about it once it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. That's funny. Okay, okay, yeah. I think I've only walked out of one movie before,
Yeah.
and it was what's that name? Blair Witch. Blair Witch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I
Yeah.
went with my friends years, so long ago, high school time frame, and yeah, man, it was
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah.
But
I walked out, a friend of mine and I, we walked out of Kung Pao, Legend of the Fist,
mhm.
way back in the day. And
Oh yeah.
because we were just like not feeling it. And
Hmm.
then what do you know? That's one of my guilty pleasure movies to this day.
I was gonna say I thought you
I
liked it.
actually, I grew to like it. I
Yeah.
actually grew to like it because I remember it coming on HBO and it would just play and I'd watch it just because I was bored. And I actually grew to like it because it was actually funny to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's
you
cool.
know,
That's funny. Yeah, man. It's definitely. I like that movie a lot too. I um
yeah.
I like that movie a lot. I have it. I think you might have burned me a copy of it. Honestly, I think you might have burned me a
Never
copy and mailed it to me or something like that back in the day.
uh,
So that
that
is
was on my leg stuff. Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, indeed. That's funny. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. It's inauguration slash impeachment week. We know that the Cheeto was impeached for the second time, becoming the best
Hmm.
president ever at getting impeached. So he does win a title. He also
So,
apparently is going to be seemingly winning the title of worst president ever. Um,
hmm
which we've all
hmm
had in our minds for some time, even though there's others that seem to be up there along with him. At least he's the
Yeah.
worst president in modern time. We'll say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the Cheeto has been impeached again. Who knows if it's going to happen? I mean, we got 3 days to the new inauguration, so to
Yes, that's
inauguration of
true.
the new one. So who knows if that's going to go down in the next 2.5 days, or if it's just going to be
Uh,
out there in the ether. But that still that still gives the opportunity for him to be put on some kind of trial by the Congress. But then also, we have inauguration of, the 46th president, as well as the first female, half, what is she, half Jamaican, half Indian,
yes.
so the first female VP. And I found it odd because I guess because we've never heard this before. So, you have the president and first lady, and then you have the vice
Hmm.
president and first gentleman. That just sounds so weird.
Yes, it does.
The first
It
gentleman.
does. We have to get used to it. She's going to be walking through the White House with her Converse Chucks on.
Hmm. And Chucks.
You know, she's going to have some Chucks. But here's a question for you.
Hmm.
Since all this stuff is going on with Trump, you know how at the end of every president's term or presidential term, whatever, they do a painting and a portrait
Mm.
of that president to
Mm.
put in the White House or
Yes.
wherever it goes. Are they going to do that with Trump, or are they just going to skip from 44 to 46?
It will be. I mean, they may, right? They just may. That's the thing, man. If he gets impeached and removed from office, I wonder if they still paint his picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's a great question, but maybe they'll have a picture of him riding in his limousine, as he did after he told the insurrectionist slash domestic terrorist, after he told them, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna walk down, to Capitol Hill, and I'll be with you. He literally said, I'll be with you. I'll be walking with you, right? And then he
Under
turned,
his breath, he
right?
said, in spirit.
and then he's like, skirt, and then he ran to his car. Him and Ted Cruz and his children, other random people, ran to his
Hmm.
limo and took off the other direction and watched it,
Right.
via satellite, like they used to say back in the day. So I Maybe they'll take a picture like that, where he's riding in the
Hmm.
limo, driving the other way from the protest.
Right.
Maybe or the storming the Capitol. Maybe it'll have him. I don't know. Maybe it'll have him. Saying you know something about making America great again with a little stupid red hat. Or maybe they just won't paint that. I don't know. I
Wow.
don't know.
That I'd be curious to know who's going to take on the job of painting this.
Oh,
It
there's gonna
would
be one
probably
of
have.
those idiots.
Yeah, they're gonna. I'm sure there'll be one supporter that would that's skilled with the painting
Hmm.
that would probably do it. But
Yeah,
dang. Hmm.
there's some idiot that is. Some supporter will do it. As we've already seen, there's former military member, former police, former people of all kinds of walks of life, or current people who walk all
Hmm.
kinds of walks of life, who are celebrities and non-celebrities, who follow this fool. So there will be somebody who will do it. Somebody will do it. So
Wow. Wow.
sad but true. Sad but true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
question.
Mm. All right.
But then, if he gets impeached again, will the White House not hang it? Because the other thing is they also get a presidential library. That's another
Hmm.
thing they get. So maybe they'll have to take it down and put it up in that library for people who can't read good.
Wait. So he has his own presidential library? Is
Every
that
like
how it
every
works?
president gets a presidential library. Like George Bush,
What was his be filled with?
George lies.
Dr. Seuss books?
This is- the things
Like a
I
bunch
can
of
think.
Forbes magazines?
It'd be like, oh, the lies I can lie by Donald Trump. How many how many ways can I fool these people? You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Wow.
See, his presidency is a Dr. Seuss book because it's
Hmm.
entertaining. There's like fantasy, imagination. There's big words, there's small words, there's words
There's
that you
little
can't
words.
pronounce.
Words that always repeat themselves.
There's words there's like words that like you've never imagined. Like Lorax. Like who came up with that? Who knows? But Donald Trump comes up with words like that. You know what I'm saying? Or he comes with phrases that should not go together, that don't make any sense. But hey, he says them.
Kafifi.
Kafifi, right? Oh man, I miss the Kafifi. But there's all these things, and there's a little bit of heavy petting, which we've heard as well.
Hmm.
So
Right.
his library will contain a bunch of things that we've never seen before. The art of the steal, will be another book that'll be in there.
Mm. Yeah.
You know,
Possibly. Yeah.
the art of the deal, as well. So how to fool a country in a year's time, in 365 days,
Yeah.
how to fool a country in
Yeah.
365 days. How to change the hearts and minds of normal people over the course of 4 years.
Right. Right.
How to lead an insurrection but not actually be the leader.
Right.
There's
Does
so many.
does his wife have a book? Does she
Um,
have a book?
how to be a
I
silent
don't know.
first lady. I don't know.
Wow.
Um,
How to plagiarize.
how to
How
plagiarize,
to plagiarize speeches.
right? How to wear a coat that has no empathy for people trying
Hmm.
to make their way into a new country in front of those
Hmm.
same people. That could be a book. Oh, you know what? So I think there was something I think she was tweeting and DT was tweeting that what is it, like Rolling Stone or like some magazine has not given her a cover. You know what I'm saying? Some magazine has not given her a cover
Right.
at all during her time, as the first lady. So
Right.
I think that that would be that would be one of those things. She'd be like, I'm gonna get all of these magazine covers because she was a supermodel, before she decided
Right.
to get with this dude. So she'd be like making like fake like covers like Bowling Stone, uh, you know, Esquire instead of Esquire, Esquired, um, you know,
Square.
Eastern European Weekly, um, like all these made up magazines, that she would have the cover of, and they would be like a room full of the magazines that you could just read, and it would be just articles about her, I guess. But
Wow.
this is what my wife said. She was like, I wonder how long until she leaves him. I wonder how long until
Oh yeah.
she leaves him. Because she's in it. She's like just in it right now just
Yeah.
because he's the president. Like, she'd probably be gone otherwise, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought that like I remember the first time seeing them. I think they were getting off. I think it was Air Force One,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. And he tried to grab her hand, and she like pulled her hand away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's something's going on there. I wonder how long this is going to last. I'm pretty sure right when all this is done and over with, she's going to leave him
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think she would actually try to leave while they were in office. That'd just be like too much crazy
Man,
controversy,
I'm telling
you know. But I don't think it's going to last too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to last that long after all this is done.
Yeah,
But we'll
I'm
see.
not sure it will either. I think that it will last just I don't know. It would last. Oh, it's not gonna last that long. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But then again, maybe there's like some kind of prenup that's keeping her in it. That she can't
It's
leave.
possible.
And if she does leave, then she's not gonna get the whatever cut that she thinks that she's gonna get. But I'm sure that prenup was in place before they, before they were even married. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh well, too bad for him.
Yeah, too bad for him. Or is it too bad for him?
Whatever. Yeah.
Or who cares?
Yeah,
Really?
that's the main thing. Who
Really?
cares?
Who cares? Who gives a flying you know what? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. What else? What else? I'd be interested to hear what the people out there think about that. I don't know what else we got, man.
I don't know. Shucks, man. I have no clue. What else do we have?
I don't know, man. Oh, you know what? Okay. So real quick. So as I was on my way, we were out of town. I was listening to some podcasts I hadn't listened to in a while. And one of them I listened to was The Breakfast Club. And
Okay.
they talked to, I guess, Ben Crump, who is the attorney for, and also Keon Harris Jr. And his wife, or Keon Harris and his wife, who's their son, who was, I guess, accosted by Soho Becky. If you
Oh
had
boy.
seen it, you'd seen it by now. Post
Yeah.
Christmas, this lady in New York, in a hotel where she wasn't even a guest, claimed this young man had her phone, and come to find out the phone was in the Uber, and the Uber driver was nice enough to bring it back, but the hotel had the phone, and she still claimed this kid had the phone. So,
It's crazy.
yeah, so I heard on there, they're trying to, actually bring this to litigation, and they need signatures. So if you go to justiceforkeon.com, I think is what it is, or Ben Crump's website, or justforkeon.org, something like that, or just look up, Justice for Keon, Keyon. You can actually go on and sign the petition, because I think they need 200,000 names, signatures, and I think as of today, when I looked to sign up myself, it was like 170,000 or 180,000, something like that. So any number helps. Tell your friends, share it. just because this lady who did it, is trying to get away with this and trying to claim that, she was assaulted when you could clearly see in a video that she's the one who tackled this young man, and, claim all kinds of other things like, it was a mistake. Well, there's since been videos surfaced that she and her mom were arrested for disorderly conduct and being drunk and drunk driving, something like that, back in the fall, just a few months ago. So this is like a pattern, and she's trying to find a way to get out of it. So there's too many times where these people, will make claims, or try to, denigrate, degrade, bring down, accuse people of color, and really young people of color. In this case, this is a 14-year-old kid,
Right.
and get away with it. And I mean, this kid apparently, he has some kind of PTSD over it because he, apparently his mom tried to hug him, tried to come up behind him, put her hand on his shoulder and hug him, and he, shuddered. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, please don't do that. And like looking over his shoulder, he has to like basically sleep in like, peace and quiet, when before, this kid would like be, listening to music and like all these other things. Like his mom and dad said that he's like withdrawn and he's like really different from what he was before. So, and this is a child not far from, adolescence, and,
Mm-hmm.
he's still a kid. I mean, teenager or not, he's still a kid, and he hasn't,
Right.
some of this stuff he does and doesn't understand. So, this is something that needs to be punished, to whatever extent that it could be, and for other people to know that this stuff not going to be stood for, like this is the thing, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. Back when my wife and I were dating, she's white, I'm black. We went to a restaurant. I can't remember if it was for our anniversary or just date or something like that. Went out to eat, and it was a little tiny restaurant. It was like our favorite place to go. Very inexpensive little place, nice little Italian joint though. Italiani's in Fort Worth. Try it if you haven't. Great food, every entree less than $10.
Nice.
So we were there sitting down eating, having a nice little dinner. And we hear this little old white lady, a few tables over, I think talking to her husband. I can't remember. She was obviously talking about us. And I didn't see her. Like, I think I heard it, but like my wife saw her, and she was like saying, man, imagine what their kids would look like, or something like that. And she was like, I feel so sorry for them, or something like that. And I think we'd found out, I think my wife was pregnant at that time, maybe with our first kid. Man, my wife stood up from the table. She's like, hold on.
Yeah, she was triggered from that.
Stood up from the table, walked over there and told that little old lady. My wife, like, I swear my wife was about to make this little old lady have a heart attack inside that restaurant. And that little old lady got up and she was like, apologizing. She's like, I don't want to hear that. Walked out. You got to call these fools out sometimes. I was like, I mean, I don't know, man. I was very proud of my wife at that moment.
Yeah, man, good on her.
And and for what it's worth, like I was like, honestly, I was shocked at my, because my wife was like, normally quiet, reserved, doesn't like make a big scene or anything like that. So when she did that in the middle of the restaurant, I was like, bruh. But yeah, man, and I didn't even feel like I needed to say anything out there. I was like, you did it, I'm good. So, but some stuff like that got to be called out because these people don't even understand sometimes how bad they are. So, and even if, and maybe they do, and they've just gotten away with it for so long that nobody's called them out. So
yeah.
Call them out.
Yeah, I mean, especially the old, like you said, she's the older lady. I'm pretty sure she's seen all kind of stuff and has been able to get away with, talking a certain way within her own community.
Yep.
That nobody's ever like challenged her on it. So
yeah, that stuff got to go.
Yeah, it's good.
Can't have that in society. So yeah, but man, yeah, justice for Keon.org or Attorney Ben Crump's website. Check it out. Sign up. Tell your friends. Needs to be done. Yeah, but other than Karens acting like Karens, that's all I got, man.
That's all I got too, man. I got home improvement things I gotta work on for the next couple of days, man. I don't. It's the joys of home ownership, especially for an older home. I don't know if I should get into it. Nobody want to hear about repairing stuff around the house, but hey,
it's up to you, man.
Got to be done.
Yeah,
I got to do it.
Well,
I'd rather do it instead of hiring somebody else to do it.
Are you doing anything fun or exciting, or is it just like
fun and exciting?
Your own honey,
no,
your own made up honey-do list.
No, it's like, damn, what's going on with this house type of list?
Okay.
No, it's like one. So we got. Obviously, it's been cold here, and one morning we were like at work, doing our jobs at the computers and stuff, and we could hear like the gas furnace and stuff clicking on and off. It will light on for like maybe 5 seconds and turn right back off. I was like, what the hell is going on? It wasn't heating the house. The house was just getting cold. Okay. So, yeah, I had to pop it open before calling the AC repairman, furnace repairman. I popped it open and looked around, and I pulled out this little sensor and then just cleaned it up a little bit, popped it back in, and it's been running ever since. So yay for me. But now we got a leak in the bathroom, in the bathtub. So I got to like install some new stuff, and obviously Home Depot doesn't sell it or Lowe's doesn't sell it because whoever built the house, they built it in late 80s. They don't sell those parts no more. So I had a special order these parts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And replace everything. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to know how to do yourself instead of calling somebody. But, obviously if you can't do it yourself, or you aren't able or don't have the tools or whatever is necessary to do it, then, yeah, by all means, try to get somebody in to do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to jack up your house and make more problems for yourself. So
if you don't know what you're doing, then definitely get a professional.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the days like in our old house that I grew up in, foundation problems, and I'd see my dad get underneath the house with a jack and some wood and start jacking stuff up. I'm like, damn, okay, Dad, do what you do. So yeah, we made it work. So but that was interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
Watching that type of stuff. So
yeah.
See,
that's the thing. I don't think there's as many kids in this generation who are learning that type of stuff, or at least seeing their parents do that type of stuff. There is a lot of parents who a lot of people would just go and call somebody, and hey, man, if you don't know how to do it, call somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of kids who aren't learning how to do some of those just down and dirty things that you're going to need to know at some point in time in your life. And maybe not everybody's going to live in a house where they're going to need to do that, but sometimes they will. And sometimes they'll need to, they'll need to learn, how to, go and fix the furnace, if there's some issues, or go and, just do something just basic around the house. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
man.
Yeah. So
there's a video,
easy.
There's a video that was online. Somebody posted up on Facebook where there was this young black girl and this young white guy, and I think it was her car, but he was standing outside while his girl was changing the tire, trying to change the tire, and there was like some old heads watching, some old black guys watching, and they got out and was kind of like fussing at the guy because he didn't even try to assist in like unloosening like the lug nuts and stuff. Wow. So then there was like this whole discussion within that particular post was, can we blame the guy? Like, who's to blame in that situation? Do you like blame the old heads for like kind of chastising the young kid and not really kind of showing them the way of how to change it? Or do you blame the young boy for not helping his girl? I think he should have, regardless. Do you blame the boy's parents, or whoever, father figure, if he had one in his life, for not showing him how to change a tire or be a chivalrous type of person and do things for your woman? What would the the thing be, you know? So
Yeah.
I think I see that often, man. I was in home AutoZone, and there was this guy walked in, and he didn't even know where his oil cap was under his hood. And me and one of the guys in line was just looking at each other like, what the hell? You're like 20-something years old, and you don't know where your oil cap under your hood is, bro?
Wow.
So, yeah. So, yeah, going back to what you were saying, this generation doesn't know how to do things. So, hopefully, you know, us as men could teach our kids how to do some of those things and be, you know, respectful to young women if they have to change a tire. That was pretty sad looking at that. So
yeah, that has to be very sad. It makes me sad. You know, it makes me sad. But hey, man, you know, there's people out there who just didn't learn, or maybe they didn't listen. There's two camps there. You know.
Yeah. I had my little ones out there too early, trying to do stuff on the car. I was like trying to show them how to change brake pads when they were like 3 years old. They probably shouldn't have been out there. They don't remember that stuff, but you know, I guess it felt good to me that I was trying to show them.
Yeah.
One day I'll get them back out there.
Yeah, you know, it's the thing. You try, you know what I'm saying? You try, and at some point in time, you know, the kids may want to learn because they've seen you try. They've seen you try to show them, you know what I'm saying? They've seen you try to ask if they'd be down to do it. And eventually they will.
Right.
Or they'll ask, hey, Dad, I need some help doing this. Or, Dad, I'd like to help you do that. So, yeah, so anyway, but I totally get it. So
We'll see. Yeah. We shall see.
Yeah, so that's
all
all
right.
I got, though. So, yeah, man.
That's all I got too.
Yeah, why don't you tell the people where they can find us?
All right, people. # Blackout Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Do a Google search for your # Blackout podcast listening service, whatever one you choose, whatever one you like to listen to, whatever one's installed on your phone, or whatever the case may be. Email us, topics, # blackoutpod@gmail.com. Go ahead and call us, 353-BLAKPC or 353-25-2572. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know what's on your bucket list. I'm still looking for some bucket lists. Hell, I'm just still looking for somebody to call. Let us know what's going on in their life.
Yep.
Hopes and dreams for 2021 or from this day forward, whatever. I don't care. Just call us. Let us know what you're eating or something. Speaking of eating, go ahead and check out hooksrubs.com, etsy.com/shop/hooks, rubs, and spices, and get yourself some spices. Let us know what kind of spice you might want to see in the future. Maybe one day, you know, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices can do a special blend and, you know, put it out there. Let the world take a taste.
Yes, indeed.
Sprinkle it on something.
Sprinkle some crack on it.
Yeah. Yep, that's probably what they got inside there. Little bits and pieces of grade A crack.
I would
Keep
not say
back.
crack, but...
Well, you know, on the level of crack to keep you coming back.
Yeah.
Get you addicted. Put it on your food.
There's some good stuff. Anyway. Yes, indeed. Well, hey,
all spices.
All spices. All the spices. Yeah, spice up your life. Hey, yeah, thank y'all for listening. And I'm blacking out.
Blacking out too. Deuces.